Well, hey everyone, it's Wednesday, and so I'm gonna call it Wine Wednesday because why not, right? Anyway, I have a bunch of boxes behind me, and there's something really interesting that's in one of the boxes that I'm gonna share with you. But what I wanted to come on quick to tell you about first is why Wine Wednesday, wine in general, and especially this wine is so important. So, and if you are a wine drinker, let me know. Tell me in the comments, yes, I like wine. Tell me what kinds of wine that you like. I guess if I had to pick a wine, I would say I am a red wine drinker. I really like red wines, but in the summer, I love a rosé. I love Sancerre, a French white wine. It's a Sauvignon Blanc. And while I'm not like a super wine snob at all, I do like some decent wine. So the thing is, I'm also a nutrition coach and have learned so much over the past, I guess about 7 years since I've been doing this, about how what we put in our body always matters. And what I mean by that is it's not just about like eating the right nutrients like proteins, fats, and carbs, when of course that is very important. It's also around a few other things, and it's about toxins that we're putting in our body. So when we put toxins in our body with all sorts of, how many people always talk about having natural, clean, whole foods, right? And not having processed foods and garbage like that. We know that. But one of the things we don't realize, and it's not our fault, is what goes on in wine. And so here's the thing. There are no regulations on a bottle of wine, on a label for a bottle of wine. None. Just like in food, where you could look at your labels and see how many foods you can't pronounce, how many ingredients you can't pronounce. That doesn't happen in wine. So if you go to a wine shop, what do you do to look for wine? I might look at a region, I might look at the grapes, and I look at the price, as well as how pretty the label is, right? Because what else do you know about it? Nothing. Well, what we don't know, and what is not going to be on labels, is that 97% of the wine made in the world. So if you're drinking a really expensive wine from anywhere, chances are this falls into the 97%. There are more than 300 different pesticides, 250 different chemicals. Grapes are the only fruit that actually can grow natural yeast on top of it. But when we put pesticides on, the natural yeast is gone. So we have to put synthetic yeast. And all of that stuff changes the flavor of grapes. And so what do? We add more sulfites and we add sugar. And a typical bottle of wine has 16 to 32 grams of sugar. So I used to tell my clients that wine was a carb. Why? Because it has sugar in it. Well, what I didn't realize is when we add sugar to wine, then it really becomes a carb, because the grapes, when they ferment and make alcohol, there's only residual sugar that's left. And so most wines not only will have some residual sugar, but they also have added sugar. And that is so the sameness of the wine is consistent year after year after year, or it can ship and it's like preserved, or it actually helps to enhance the taste of the wine because of all the other crap that they have to put in it. I used to get headaches every time I drank wine. I don't anymore at all. I used to get stuffy and tired. I couldn't drink a glass of wine at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That doesn't happen to me anymore. I don't drink that much wine at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I could if I wanted to and not fall asleep by 2 because of Scout and Cellar. And I'm super, super, super proud to be connected with Scout and Cellar, me and my team, because it's changing the wine world for everybody, but not even just that, it's changing our health. Because if you're drinking wine anyway, this is a no-brainer swap. From $16 to $25 a bottle, there's no reason why you're not trying this. And so there is nothing, they're curated from all over the world, small vineyards, you're giving the small winemaker a shot, and there's no yucky stuff. It's literally grapes and yeast, and that is it. And I am not a vegan, but did you know that most wine is not vegan? Because it is filtered through fish bladder or milk casein and things like that. So if you're vegan, that matters. So I wanted to show you, there's 2 boxes here. I have a bunch of boxes I have not even opened, but there's 2 boxes here. This is the Scout Circle. And the Circle is a wine club. I get 2 boxes of 6 bottles every month, and the sommeliers over at Scout and Cellar, they kind of choose the wine for me, and I get to try wines I never would have tried before. So this is a 6-bottle box of red, And this is a 6-bottle box of white. And I have so much wine because all I want to do is share it with people. So if I go to restaurants, I bring my own wine and I introduce people to the wine. If I am at a friend's, I bring my own wine because I don't think you should be drinking anything else. So, but I want to show you something else about this company that I think is amazing. I got my 6-bottle of white, of really great, exciting whites. I got this Hushkeeper Pinot Gris, this Che Fico from Italy. I love this. Bruno is the winemaker here, or he's owned the vineyard for his entire life, and he's 75 years old and never has left the vineyard. This is a bubbly rosé called Tickle Bumps, because the woman who started this, her daughter used to call the little bumps in the sidewalk when she would ride in her stroller, Tickle Bumps. And so I love that these are all family stories for all these vineyards. The Nest, which I love. This is this is a white wine. I love this. I think this is good for anybody that's about to have a baby or after they have a baby, right? Because they're nesting. All right, but check this out. I got 2 bottles of Fiddleneck Sauvignon Blanc. And I love this Sauvignon Blanc. This is a really crisp, fruity white wine. But I got 2 of the same ones. And when you're in the circle, you get 6 bottles to try. You shouldn't get 2 of the same ones. So just now I texted over, you can just chat with support, and I said, I got 2 of the same bottles. They just threw in, this bottle is worth 20 some odd dollars. They just gave me 20 some odd dollars in wine credits for me to go get another bottle and shipped for me. So that is the kind of thing they do. They have what's called the Do the Right Thing guarantee. So if there's a bottle that you don't like, or something like this happens, you literally chat with them and they will send you a new bottle, they will give you your money back, whatever it is. I actually accidentally, a few months ago, they sent me 2 boxes of red instead of a red and a white. They came back and sent me another box of white, told me to keep the red. It was amazing. So not only is this company have some really incredible practices when it comes to what we should be drinking, but they just have a lot of integrity too. So I wanted to share that with you. I thought it was exciting. If you haven't tried these wines yet, you gotta try them. So I'll put a link for you, and I am very much about supporting those companies that support little, small businesses. I'm a small business myself, so I appreciate that. And not only do they do that, but they're also giving us a product that is so much better for us. So let me know if you have questions. I would love to answer them, and I hope you guys are having a really good day. Have a sip of wine on Wine Wednesday for me.